Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we will be talking about the Constitution of India and we will get to know about the drafting, the different parts that it has and how the Constitution can be changed. So let's dive in. So these are the contents that we'll be talking about. Its background, the drafting, the structure, the features taken from different countries that make it a unique constitution, and also we will talk about the procedure of changing the rules in the constitution. So this is the original copy of the Constitution of India, and the first page is the preamble, that you see the people of India. So let's talk about the background. The Constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949. However, it came to effect on the First Republic Day, that was the 26th January 1950, proclaiming India to be a sovereign democratic republic. However, by the 42nd Amendment of 1976, we have changed the preamble to contain the words socialist and secular. So India is now claimed to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So the federal structure of the government, the provincial autonomy, bicameral central legislature, separation of legislative power between the center and the state are some of the provision of act present in the constitution. Let's talk about the drafting, that is the creation of the constitution. So when India was becoming free, when India became independent, there were many provinces and independent states. All those states elected their own assemblies, and all those states and provinces elected their own assemblies, and those assemblies elected a constituent assembly that will create the constitution of the free India. And the Constituent Assembly first met on 9 December 1946, and subsequently there was a subcommittee by the name Drafting Committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, which met for the first time on 29 August 1947. So this was the Drafting Committee. The person in the center is the chairman, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who we all know as the father of the constitution. Let's talk about the structure. Originally, when the constitution was written, it contained 395 articles in 22 parts and 8 schedules. Currently, after so many amendments, that is the 104 amendments till now, the constitution comprises of 470 articles in 25 part, 12 schedule and 5 appendices. Let's see the parts of the constitution. Let's have a glance here. So the part 1 deals with the union and its territory, that is the states and how we admit new state and all that. Then we have the citizenship, what are the conditions for the citizenship and how it can be revoked. Then third, which is considered the soul, that is the fundamental rights. It gives the citizen its right to live with dignity. Then we have the DPSP, the directive principle of state policy. These are the instruments that tell the government how to govern the country. And then we have the fundamental duties and so many parts, which is a broad outline of the acts that the constitution encompasses. Then let's talk about the schedule. This is a really great picture that gives us an overview of all the schedules there are. There we have the territories, we have the emoluments. Like the first schedule deal with the territories of India. The second deals with the emoluments and the salaries to be paid to the parliamentarians. Then we have the affirmation and the oath. We have the members, the nomination of members to Rajya Sabha. Then we have the scheduled areas. There are some areas that are scheduled where normal laws are applied, however in a restricted manner. Then we have all the other basic schedules. Now let's talk about the system of the government as envisaged by the constitution. So basically ours is a federal structure. Federal means there is a division of the roles and responsibilities between the state and the center. Like the union list concerns with the subjects that come under the center, like the defense of the country and overall finance of the country, etc. Then we have the state list, like the education, the forest in a country. So the state is entitled to make laws on them. Then we have the concurrent list. Now the concurrent list have subject that can be shared by both the union and the state in making laws. However, the laws made by union will be preferred over the laws made by the state. Let's talk about the parliamentary democracy. Of all the different type of governance like democracy, monarchy, aristocracy, dictatorship, India chose democracy because India believe in the voice of the people and want the people to be free. So, India chose a parliamentary democracy. The President of India is elected by the Parliament and the State Legislative Assembly, not directly by the people. He is the head of the state and all executive orders are issued in his name. Also, now, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers exercise their office. That means that the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers can only stay in office as long as they enjoy the majority support of Lok Sabha, that is the lower house of Parliament, whose members are directly elected by the people of the country. In this way, the Constitution enforces the spirit of democracy, which says that democracy is a government of the people, for the people, by the people. The similar structure explained above is followed in the states also. Now talking about the independence of judiciary. Now why is judiciary so much important to be independent? See, so much importance is given to judiciary to be independent is because if the judiciary is being pressurized by the legislature on the executive, then how can a common man expect justice? If the government is corrupt, how can they expect justice if the judiciary is also bounded by the legislature only? That is why it is free from the control of executive or legislature. Judiciary is the interpreter of the constitution. They gives the true meaning to the statements as written by the drafting committee in the constitution. It also acts as a arbitrator in dispute between center and state or between state themselves. Also, there is a feature by the name judicial review. It is a really great concept. Like what happens is if the legislature has passed any act or has made any law that is against the basic structure of the constitution. The basic structure of the constitution is somewhat pertaining to the basic rights and how the democracy is upheld in the country. So, if the law is found unconstitutional or against the basic structure, that act or law can be repealed by the Supreme Court. So that is the concept of judicial review. Now let's talk about the different part of constitution taken from various countries that make it the best out of all the constitutions. So from UK we have taken the concept of president, the cabinet system of minister, the post of prime minister and speaker and bicameral parliament. From the US we have taken the concept of written constitution and most importantly the Supreme Court, the independence of judiciary and also the fundamental rights. From USSR, the erstwhile Russia, Soviet Union, we have taken the concept of 5-year plans and also the fundamental duties. From Australia, the concept of concurrent list. From Japan, laws on which the Supreme Court function. From Weimar Constitution of Germany, the suspension of fundamental right during the emergency conditions. From Canada, we have taken the scheme of federation with a strong center, and from Ireland, we have taken the concept of directive principle of states policy. These are also known as the instruments of instruction for the government. So the constitution was created in 1947. However, the forefathers have kept in mind that in the future the conditions might be different or there might be some things that need to be changed. So they have laid out a well instructed procedure in Article 368. However, changing the rules in the constitution or amending the constitution is not that easy. For the amendment bill to be passed by both the houses, there must be a majority, there must be a 2 by 3rd majority present and voting in its favor. However, there are certain amendments which pertain to the federal nature of the constitution, for which the agreement of a majority of state legislature is also required. Besides, if any law or any amendment is challenging the basic structure of the constitution, then also the Supreme Court can rule that amendment out. So this was a basic introduction to the constitution. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, do like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.